Hello everyone, thank you for joining me again for another year, and welcome to any new viewers. This is To The Point English with Ben. I'm Ben, and I mean that, by the way. I really appreciate you choosing to watch my videos for another year, and I don't take you for granted, so thank you. And this is my first video of 2024, and I always like to start the year on a positive note. So with that in mind, I have 5 really nice English proverbs for you, which I think will really help motivate you throughout the next year and beyond. And I really like proverbs because they can transmit wisdom down through the generations and convey quite complex ideas in a very concise and easy to remember way. And as an advanced English learner, you can use proverbs in the right context to really express your ideas effectively. So we use them in quite a similar way to idioms, but the big difference is that idioms are more difficult to understand because the vocabulary that is used in idioms often has very little to do with the real meaning, so it's difficult to decipher what exactly the idiom is expressing. But proverbs are more self-explanatory, but they're still very useful and impressive to use in your Cambridge English exam, the speaking paper, of course. Again, as long as you use them in the right context. So the first proverb I have for you is "Fortune favours the brave." And this is used when you want to encourage someone to take a risk or to do something a little bit courageous, because the rewards will come later. You'll receive the good fortune later. And of course, this can be used in many areas of life, in many situations. But if we're talking about learning English or perhaps preparing for an exam, fortune favors the brave in that if you put yourself in difficult situations where you need to be a little bit courageous, you're going to get rewarded for it. Maybe not with fortune. To be honest, I don't like the word fortune in this proverb because I think it's not about luck, it's about getting the deserved rewards for your effort. And the second proverb, which I think you'll like, is "Actions speak louder than words." And this basically means that what you do will have a greater impact than what you say, and that actions are a more genuine reflection of someone's thoughts and feelings than just words. It's very easy to say something, right? It's very easy to talk and make promises and resolutions as we're at this time of the year, but it's really the actions that count. So again, of course, this is relevant to all areas of life, but with your English language learning journey, whether you're preparing for an exam or not, just telling people and speaking about doing something, studying, practicing, that's all well and good, but if you don't take action, you're not really going to get the results. So I recommend this year you take some actions because actions really do speak louder than words. And the next proverb is a very simple one and very self-explanatory, but I think it's very useful and it's something we need to remind ourselves of regularly. And it's simply, "There's no time like the present." Now this is really referring to procrastination. When you have to do something or you feel you should do something, but you're always procrastinating, you're always delaying it for whatever reason. Maybe it's just something you don't really want to do, but you feel you should. You feel that it's a good idea on the long term. So there's no time like the present. And the idea of this is really, why wait? Why wait for another moment? There's no time like the present. The best moment, the best time is now. Now, of course, that's not always possible. There may be other things happening in your life which make it very difficult to do the thing you need to do now. But the idea is the same. Don't keep delaying something that you feel will be good for you. Again, regarding studying English, if you need to study some grammar, if you need to practice your writing, or you need to improve your speaking, there's no time like the present. Do it now, or at least start planning for doing it as soon as possible. Stop procrastinating. There's no time like the present. And the fourth proverb I have for you is, "When the going gets tough, the tough get going." And I really like this one. And it's difficult to say without singing it, because I remember when I was a kid, this was a big hit song in the 1980s. And this proverb means things don't always go smoothly. There will be obstacles, there will be challenges in the path to whatever you want to achieve. But that's when you have to step up and get tough, right? It's when the tough get going. So when the going gets tough, when the journey is difficult, when the path is not easy, the tough get going. Tough people start moving and start doing something. So these obstacles don't set you back. They don't put you off. You get going. That's when you face your challenges and overcome the obstacles. So when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Think about that through this year, because there will be challenges, there will be obstacles. Again, referring to English learning, it doesn't all go smoothly. You'll have your ups and downs, but face your challenges with enthusiasm and positivity, and you'll get there, don't worry. And the last proverb I have for you today, and perhaps my favorite, is you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. Now, this is quite similar to the previous one in some ways. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. But in this case, it's referring to the fact that if you want to achieve anything great in life, like passing an English exam or getting a job, whatever it may be, you have to accept that there will be difficult times to overcome and sacrifices you may need to make. So the sacrifices are the eggs that need to be broken. You can't make an omelette and keep your eggs. You have to break these perfect little forms in order to make the omelette. So when you're preparing for a Cambridge English exam, for example, you have to make sacrifices. You may have to go out less with your friends, or watch fewer Netflix series, or do less things that you enjoy. But the rewards will be worth it in the long term, because you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. Do you have any similar proverbs in your own language? Do you have some different ones that express the same ideas, or maybe something completely different? Share them in the comments. Try to translate them to English if possible. And I'll see you very soon for another video.